How much could you honestly say that you ran up from scamming, and how many good years did you have before you ended up meeting the law?
I met the law actually when I was staying out here because I was on the run. I was on the run. I stayed in Lancaster. I used to stay in Lancaster because my wife aunt was married to JoJo from Jodeci. So we were staying at his house at the time, but I was on the run from Texas for probation violation. So really shit went south in Cali, came back home, you know what I'm saying? And I got involved with some shit with my partner. You know what I'm saying? So he was under investigation because he was fucking a bitch, you feel me? And the bitch rolled on him, and I just so happened got caught with him, and that what made me go to prison for 3 years.
Oh shit! Okay, so you got
so before I wasn't making no money. Before I went to prison, I was a worker. I was a peon. Prison what made me a boss.
Okay. So you really learned the whole scamming trade while you were locked up?
I was the one. No, I was the brains behind it, but I was being used because I was young and naive. So when you think you listen to some a dude tell you, that's why I don't believe in that fake ass OG shit. Because a nigga will tell you that we getting paid $1,000, but the whole time we getting paid $5,000. So I'm getting paid $300, and he walking away with like $47 to $4,800 every time off of some shit I was doing.
When I first started scamming, the guy who got me into it told me straight up, like, I'm gonna take 50% of everything that you do with the accounts that I give you.
That's not what's up.
Well, I mean, at the time it seemed like an all right
The reason why people, the reason why people snitch because they feel unappreciated. They feel like at the end of the day, when they get caught, they was taken advantage of. So if you make a motherfucker an equal partner, say, hey, whatever you, that's how I want after I came from jail. Anybody that I had going working for me, and this is true statements, anybody I had working for me, we split it.
Right.
You take home something so you can feed your family, and we everybody happy, but that still don't make people happy.
I mean, the problem is that all this dude was doing was going on these forums, which would be the equivalent of the dark web these days, and he was just buying accounts and then loading them up on credit cards and then giving them to me.
We yellow pages, Adam. We ain't no motherfucking dark pages when we was doing that shit, bro.
What do you mean?
It was bitches working at dentist offices. It was bitches
to get
working,
you credit card numbers. That's the other way to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Or skimmers, bro. We was one of the people who had the skimmers. So you get a bitch that work at Murphy's. If you get a bitch that work at Chili's, the bitch that got us pop was working at Olive Garden.
What I was doing was just going on forums and buying those account numbers from somebody who was probably scamming them.
Bro, no. We wasn't. We was recruiting real people.
I'm just saying it was pretty efficient, pretty smooth for us at that time because we were able to just buy them.
Hoes in distress. That's what we used to do. Use a bitch. The biggest con is to use somebody's situation against them.
Well, because at a certain point, you just can't do 1 million purchases at the same mall.
You can't.
And you got to get somebody else to do that shit for you. Yeah.
It's ways that you can, like, how can I say, fence certain shit. So if you know a store will buy 1,000 cases of soda if they don't have to pay $1. Like, or they can save $2, they'll buy 1,000 cases of soda. So if you getting credit card numbers and you got a connection with a guy that owns a store, you can get cigarettes, get whatever type of goods he want, and get the cash. So you don't have to, like, we'll really get a lot of these scammers caught because they want to go in for the high end shit. They want to go in for the laptop. They want to go in for the Gucci and the Prada when they should go in for 1,000 rolls of toilet paper.
You're gonna need a goddamn U-Haul truck for that.
That's cool, but you know, it's like it's certain ways that you do certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people, like, that's why I say when I listened to Badman Kevin, I knew he was like, he's a scammer for sure. He's a damn good scammer because he's scamming like a motherfucker. Right. Trying to convince people that CPNs is not illegal, and it is. There's
no better scam than convincing the whole world that you did something that you didn't really do and then making a ton of money off it. Not to say that he didn't do any of it, but I assume his tails are kind of inflated.
In due time.
Yeah.
In due time. Like, that's why you can't fuck with shit, because in due time, everything come to a fucking head. So you can't pretend like you ain't do shit if you doing some shit.
So when you got locked up, did you manage to hold on to any of the money from your scamming career or no?
No. It
was over.
Adam, when I went to jail, I can admit, I was the peon.
Right.
I was the one that believed in what a nigga said until I was sitting in the motherfucking cell. When I kept it real, and say, hey, don't snitch, bro. I tell my people all the time, man, stay away from people. Because people will put you in a situation where that we all get caught, but they want you to take a case. Now, Joe, the whole time you getting money, the whole time you getting drinks, whole time he buying you shoes and shit, it's for this day right here, so you can sit in jail away from your responsibility. So he gonna go fuck his wife, fuck his bitch, and don't see you no money, and he probably try to fuck your bitch too. So I found out the hard way, bro. So when I went to prison, it's more of like it was my shedding process. You feel me? Fuck you, whatever. I'm gonna think about me, and I had time to strategize for 24 months. So when I came out, that's why I'm here right now, talking to you. I want you to listen to what I'm telling you.
But you sounded like you were saying that you just kind of learned the game and you realized what a peon you were. But then you also said that you came out of jail.
When I say peon, is like when you know that somebody's taking advantage of you and you allow it, you a peon. So like that's when I say peon. Not saying I was scared. I was allowing for this nigga to do ass shit, and I wasn't speaking up.
Okay, but I mean, taking advantage of is in the eyes of the beholder, because that could just be the business arrangement. Because if he has access to technology or product that you don't have, and he's giving you half the money, I mean,
man, why should you stay in a big ass house and I stay in a 2-bedroom? Why should I eat off your floor and you eating steak and shrimp every day?
But if it wasn't for this guy, you wouldn't have anything.
Adam, man, that nigga. This is what I'm about to say.
I feel like you're being a little ungrateful.
I'm not being that nigga, bro. That nigga, and he know it in his ass. What I'm saying is, the way you have a successful team, they got to eat and perform just like you. You feel what I'm saying? So just because I give you an opportunity, don't mean that I think I'm bigger than you. We are equal, bro.
Right. Being big-headed is never good.
Loyalty, when you stand in the courtroom and a nigga don't tell on you because you know he equally profit. Anybody who ever told they didn't equally give shit, straight dropped, took them people money. That's why them niggas snitched. One bitch ass nigga was worried about a birthday party, and now he getting a birthday party with Big Tyrone. Real shit.
Right.
So what I'm saying is niggas tell because it's not equal. It's not equal.
They also would tell even if the situation was obviously hugely beneficial towards them, right?
Man, if you ever saw a movie, Adam.
Yes.
When a nigga shoot a nigga, bow, and then he hand you the gun too.
Okay, yeah.
And then you go, bow. You just as equally as responsible as me. It's no telling when you did your part and I did mine. It's no telling. So like when you doing business like that, take accountability for your shit. If you're not around niggas that can't take accountability, why in the you around them?
But okay, that exact scenario you just described, if you shoot somebody and then hand me the gun and I shoot him too, and then you decide, oh, I can just tell on Adam and then they'll give me less charges.
Bro, look, that's bitches, bro. Why would I go in a room, right? And I say, okay, what you got on me? Okay. And they start talking about you, but y'all here to talk about me. I'm not here to talk about you. So it's whatever y'all got on me. It's about, bro, either they knew that the nigga was a pussy and they put a nigga in a situation, or they was just, oh, I don't have nothing to do with it. It's not snitching if you don't have shit to do with shit. It's not snitching if the other person put their shit on you and now you about to be in jail. You don't got to keep it real. You can keep it real to yourself in that situation. But if you breaking a law with somebody as a group, it's no telling. We all equal. When we know what's going on together, we know we get in this car, that this nigga gonna shoot this nigga, and we gonna pick up the body, put in the truck out just as equal. There ain't no telling. Don't get scared when these lights on, bro.
Okay, so you just saw the clip, but did you know that you can watch this entire interview right now before it's released to the public, uncensored, by becoming a member for just $5 a month, and there's a lot of other crazy benefits as well. So make sure you hit the link down in the description and sign up. Appreciate y'all.